Today I want to bring you one of my favorite ideas from Emerson, and that is the idea of compensation. Emerson's idea of compensation, put very simply, is that everything has both good aspects and bad aspects, and we always focus on the bad aspects and don't appreciate the good aspects. And there are several avenues he takes this from. There's several avenues that he explores, and this is all from Emerson's essay titled Compensation. So if you like anything I talk about, go ahead, pick it up. But I'm going to summarize very quickly. I'm going to give a few examples, and hopefully you can run with this idea, because this is one of the most inspiring things that I've stumbled upon, and I know it can have great transformative effects on you as well. So the idea, put very simply, is that with every opportunity, with every setback, there's both good and bad aspects. Think about it in this manner. The easiest way to visualize this idea is, let's say you get a job. Let's say it's a great job. It has great benefits, all of these things. But the moment you take that job is the moment that the job that's a little bit better, that has a little bit better incentives, that's closer to home, is no longer on the table because you have this one. You closed yourself off to something else because you took this opportunity. And when we understand this dualistic nature to things, when we understand that there's both good and bad to everything, then we can go through life with more of a smile. There's no such thing as perfection, but we can always take away the good. We can always appreciate what we've been blessed. The other day, I was really down on myself for absolutely no reason. I must have just been tired. I must have just felt stressed out, overworked. And I literally had to sit myself down and go why are you so upset? Why are you so anxious? Why are you so fearful? Why does it feel like the world is collapsing around you? Why don't you think about the things that you do have? Because you have a lot of great things. You have a very beautiful, nice girlfriend who loves you. You have a great family. You have a great support system. You have great friends. You have a great opportunity in front of you. You're very healthy. You're in good shape. I just kept doing this for the next 10 minutes, and then at the end of it, I'm just smiling. I'm like, you know what? It's true. Everyone has their problems. Everyone has things that they want out of life. But why are we focusing on that? Why are we fixating on that? Why is this the main focus of what we dwell on? And for most people, this is the reason why they're unhappy. It's not because their life sucks, it's because they're focusing on the wrong things. Everyone can say their life sucks if they really look hard enough. You can always find something. You can always find something that's going wrong. There will always be problems. Bezos has problems. Elon has problems. Trump has problems. Barack Obama has problems. It doesn't matter who you are, you have problems. It's just, are you dwelling on them? Are you fixating on them? And are you doing nothing about them except worry? And that's really what it comes down to. It really comes down to that idea. One of my favorite aspects of the essay is also when Emerson starts to go into, attributes. He says that there's not one man who has an attribute that is not also his downfall. So whatever your greatest attribute is, it's also what you're going to most likely succumb to. So we can think of Julius Caesar. We can think of Alexander the Great. Julius Caesar, he was already Rome's greatest general. He could basically do no wrong. He was made temporary dictator, and he was like, you know what? I want more. I want to be dictator for life. He crossed the Rubicon, became an enemy of the state, won, but that ultimately led to his downfall. He sowed dissent among the senators, and guess what? He was killed by his best friend. It's the same thing with Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was one of the greatest leaders in history. He was one of the greatest empire builders because the second he conquered a land, he returned the land to the people, and he said, just pay me taxes, you can keep on doing what you're doing. And in fact, I'm gonna charge you less taxes, and I'm going to adopt your God into my pantheon, into my belief system. And these are all indications of a wise and just ruler, but at the same time, Alexander the Great wanted more the minute he conquered the whole known world. He needed more. He needed something else. He needed for something to allow him to just have a challenge. He needed to face something. So guess what? His soldiers wanted to turn back. He didn't want to. He gets poisoned. It's really that simple, that the downfall of all great men is always the trait they have in most abundance. And you need to start realizing this about yourself, because I feel like far too many people base their entire existence off of one thing. Think of actors, think of models. They base all of their worth on their appearance and how people like them. And then they get old, and then they get bitter, and then their life sucks. I want you to really understand this idea, because I don't want someone to be able to take something from me. I don't want age to catch up with you. I don't want your greatest attributes and your greatest traits and characteristics to be the only thing you rely on. Life is so much deeper than that, and life is so much more broad than that. And when we understand these ideals, then we can begin to cultivate ourselves in a manner that is in accordance with this. We can begin to think, and we can begin to live, and we can begin to dream in a manner that is in accordance with the laws of the universe. I really love Emerson. I really urge you to pick up Emerson. Compensation is one of his better essays. He's one of the essays that stands out to me more than others. And truly, his idea of compensation is one of the most inspiring ideas if you take it in the right context. If you face everyday problems and you see them as something building you up. As Nietzsche said, amor fati, love everything that happens to you. Love your fate. Love every single experience you have because it's built you to the person who you are today. It's built you to the person who you will become. It's made you stronger. It's beaten you down. It's took a frying pan and hit you on the back of the head. Like, it's done the worst to you, and you still persist. You still remain. So be inspired by these things, because everything that happened to you for a reason. It's to make you stronger. It's to make you better. It's to make you better, capable, and better adaptable to this world, because let's face it, the world doesn't get easier. We just get stronger. As we go on in life, keep this in mind, and keep in mind that you will continue to have problems. But when you see the silver lining, when you see the bright side, when you see the strength and the persistence that you're going to develop through these problems, then they don't seem that bad. And they don't seem like something we need to worry about. So keep these ideas in mind. Go ahead, pick up Emerson's essay on compensation. I love you guys so much. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.